You want to get your footage to look more cinematic in Final Cut? I'm here to help. Today I'm going to show you how to get your raw footage looking from this to this in Final Cut with simple color grading tips. Some of you may recognize me from you know what. Welcome. This is the new vlog channel slash photography slash videography tutorial channel. Pretty excited about this. I'm going to be vlogging probably like 3 times a week on here. Going to be more minimal than my previous channel. Just yeah, trying new video styles. So let's get to the tutorial. I'm going to go on my computer. So here we are in Final Cut. I have some sample clips. We have some clouds, some forest footage, and some nature stream type shots. So these are looking a little dull, actually. Yeah, so this is an okay shot right here. Let me just real quick grab a generator, put this here, get these out of the way. Okay, so we're strictly focusing on this clip right here. So this is a good clip. So what you're gonna wanna do when you're in Final Cut is press Command 6, or you can just go right here to the effects browser, go to all, color correction, drag that onto your clip, and it will do the same thing as hitting Command 6, but Command 6 is just easier, faster. So color basically changes the color. So it's sort of it's pretty easy to understand, and if you can't understand it, then it tells you what you're adjusting when you're selected on it. So this is shadows, midtones, highlights. This is global. Saturation controls things like, you know, how rich the colors are. You can see that brings up the blue. This sort of makes it look almost black and white. This sort of does the same thing, but on a different, you know, again, it's shadows, midtones, highlights, and then this is global. So you want everything to be at 0. Exposure, same thing, shadows, midtones, highlights, global. That brings up the brightness of the image. I want to bring this down a little bit. Let's go -6. We're going for a more contrast image than what we currently have, and the shadows are going to play a big part in that. We don't want to go too far down because then it's just going to end up looking really weird like that. So we're just going to go back up to -5. Saturation, there's not too much here because it is a very rich blue. I do want to make the clouds look a little bit deeper though, so I am going to bring that up. It gives the image a lot more depth. And then color, not too much to add here. So just for example, just to show you what you can do with color, let's say this is in sort of a polluted city area. We want it to be a little bit hazy, maybe a little bit more orange than it currently is. We're going to bring this over to here. It gives it that sort of hazy, foggy look. You know, like polluted, not the cleanest air. So I am going for that yellowish look. On the highlights influence it the most, in my opinion. Especially if you bring it to the top. I'm going to bring the midtones up a little bit to blue. And again, this doesn't apply to every clip. This is just showing you how you can use color to change the atmosphere, the vibe of the shot, and just make it look more cinematic. So I think this is good. So just to give you a quick before and after, before, after. This looks more like, you know, a suburb. This looks more like a polluted city with a little bit more contrast, which helps. Another thing I would recommend doing, and this is exclusive to Final Cut, I'm pretty sure, go in the search bar in the effects window, type in letter, and this should come up letterbox, and then you can drag the border size down. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is to go here, 235:1. That gives it the standard cinema size for the black bars on top and bottom. That also can help a lot with the cinematic. If you don't like that, you don't have to do that. It's just, you know, if it's a short film, if it's a type of, you know, if it's like an actual movie, I would recommend doing that. Again, you don't have to. So let's go over here to this this tree, this weird wood shot. I have an idea for this. I want this to look sort of scary. This is looking sort of grim, like, you know, it's winter, everything's dead, it has a bad feeling to it. So we're gonna bring up the blues. I would recommend making your shadows blue. This can help a lot with cinematic. As you can see, that's a little too blue. Let's bring this down back to 0. That gives it that sort of eerie, winter, cold, dark vibe. We can bring down the midtones right here. That makes the blacks a little bit deeper. We can bring down the shadows a lot. That makes the blacks deeper. I'm actually gonna bring this back up. The shadows are the best for the blacks. And then the highlights are the best for the whites. We're gonna bring that up. This should give more life to the trees. Saturation doesn't need much, but you can bring it up a little bit if you want. And again, I just found this from like a stock footage YouTube channel. There's a million out there. Just search stock footage and you can download them for free. Just find a YouTube downloader online. So this forest shot doesn't need much color. I am gonna bring up the exposure. I like the shadows to be super deep. It gives it more, vibrance and depth. Saturation, we can bring it up a little bit. And then I am going for that warm summer day vibe. So we're gonna bring up the shadows a little bit orange. You can see it gives it that, sunset glowy type look. And yeah, you can add the letterbox again if you want. I like this on this shot. And then go 235-1. And again, you can customize it still. You can offset it so the shot, if you have something important on the top of the frame, you can make it, you can make that visible. But if not, just leave it where it is if you like it, You can also add this thing called tint. And that is a generator in Final Cut. You go to color, get rid of that. Tint, and you can change the color of the tint to anything you want, and you can see it changes the image slightly. Turn the amount down, because if not, you'll get something that looks like that, and that looks weird. You don't want that, so turn that amount down. Just real quick, it's little things, but you can barely tell the difference. But that's what changes the difference between cinematic looking and not cinematic looking. So that is how to make your footage look more cinematic in Final Cut X using simple color grading tools. A lot of this is experience, I will admit. So if you want to, experiment, get experience for your real footage, I seriously recommend downloading stock footage from the internet. Again, you can find a lot of free stuff on YouTube. So yeah, this was a videography tutorial. I will, however, be doing vlogs on this channel and photography, Photoshop, stuff like that, tutorials. Surprises are coming this summer, guys. Trust me, it's gonna be dope. Subscribe if you like learning new things in the film industry and you want to just watch me make dope videos. I don't know. Subscribe if you want. If you want to learn how to make a dope lighting setup like this using regular light bulbs that color, I don't need that. I could just literally go into my phone. Yeah, I could make this white and it would still look dope. So, this is just to add a little life in the background. So again, subscribe for photography, videography. Just, this is basically a media tutorial / vlogging channel. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow or the next day with a vlog or a Photoshop tutorial. I'm definitely doing a video on lighting this week, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to be the first one to watch it when it comes out. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.